want the nation bowing down to me and make them crown the king. Glory and sound to me, release like Jubilee. The end of poverty, angelic body me. If I leave my throne, you gonna see a different side of me. This prophecy, prophecy, this prophecy, prophecy, this prophecy, this prophecy. Ultra pure gold, gonna approach the throne. Way up to the ceiling. I can't fight this feeling. If your eyes on the kingdom, we got common interests. We've been down so long, oppressing in our members. Twinkling of an eye, now watch us fly like Delta engines. Man, we beneficial when these laws, they benefit you. I got so much channel aggression towards any law official that say we not the people or any artificial that conjured up an image that is contrary to the scriptures. Arms and feet like polished brass, lightning bolts coming from his visage. You can approach the throne, but not until I extend the golden scepter. That's right, stay in line. Watch me handle mine.
About King David, King Solomon, and everything. He was the man that was put in place to run the nation. And from there, you will get it as you read the lineage. You'll see Christ coming from that same tribe. Let's get that. Let's get that. Give me Hebrews chapter 7.
Bring it out.
Let's get there real quick. Go now. Christ. I mentioned Christ, and I say he came from the tribe of Judah. What does it point at? You know, see this image right here, right? Right. The images. Which one is Jesus Christ?
They say this supposed to be him right here.
You said that's supposed to be him, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'll pray. So, did you read the Bible?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, so you have. So have you read about Christ's description?
That's all right.
Okay, let's read that.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
So it says evidence, proven fact when you read the Bible that Christ sprang out of Judah, right?
Right.
Come on.
Of which tribe Moses spake nothing concerning priesthood.
So it said now, we read that Christ is from the tribe of Judah. Now, we just pointed out that you from the same tribe. What color are you? Black, right? We all black men, right? Right. So it says black Americans is Judah, right? Right. So when you put two and two together, Judah is of what color? Race, right? Right, black. So
that's right.
Let's get Jimmy's. There you go.
Jeremiah. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
So it said Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. Meaning our leadership is lacking. Our leadership is lacking. Why? Like when you think about it, during the 70s and everything, that's when they was destroying our leaders. They killed Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers. They started to kill off our civil rights leaders. Those men that rose up to fight, because Judah should have their hands in the neck of their enemy, right? These was the men, and guess what? Our enemies start to kill off our leaders. So they kill off the leaders. They in their mind, and that was proven that when they kill off the leaders, everybody was scattered. They fall away. But now we're coming back to knowing who our real leader is, and that's Jesus the Christ, the black Messiah. All right, read that again.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish. They are black.
They are what?
They are black.
They are what?
They are black.
Yes, right.
Judah? They are black. Black men. Read.
Right.
They are black unto the ground. And the cry of Jerusalem, it's gone up.
Now let's see if Christ really looks like this according to the Bible, because you pointed at this image right here. Let's get the real description of Jesus Christ. Let's get Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1 first.
The book of Revelation chapter 1 verse 1. The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So I forgot your name, just to close your name. Brian, Brother Brian, okay.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So when somebody says something is the revelation, what does the root word, what's the root word of revelation? Reveal, right? And something revealed to you, what it's been doing.
Like manifest.
There you go, it's been shown to you. It's been clear to where you can see it, right?
The revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
All right, jump down to verse 14.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So it said his head and his hairs was white like wool. Now it said white in color, wood in texture, right? So when you feel the top of your head, how does that feel?
Feel like what he described.
Right.
That's
wool.
right.
That's nappy, that's kinky, right?
Right.
Cotton hair, right? Like sheep hair, right?
Right.
Come on.
His head and his hairs were white like wool,
Come on.
as white as snow,
Read.
and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now Christ's eyes was a flame of fire. Now we just came from Genesis. Go back to Genesis. Hold it. Genesis chapter 49.
Bring it out.
Now we were speaking on Genesis, and when you read that part right there, that section, it tell you that shallow shall come. That's talking about Jesus Christ.
Right.
Let's read that.
The book of Genesis, chapter 49, verse 12.
Read it out.
His eyes shall be red with wine.
So this is Christ. He says, "I shall be red with wine." When you drink wine, right? Looking right. So what happened to the color of your eyes?
Get ready.
They turn red, correct?
Right.
That's what it's talking about. Because Christ's first miracle was what?
Turn the water on.
There you go. Turn
Right.
water into wine. So
Right.
Christ had drunk wine in moderation. All right, let's go back to Revelation.
And his head and his hairs were white like wool,
Come on.
as white as snow,
Read.
and his eyes were as a flame of fire,
Come on.
and his feet like unto fine brass.
So his feet like unto fine brass. Now what color is brass?
Like golden brown.
Goldish brown, right?
Right.
So it says what?
As if they burn in the furnace.
So if you take that same brass, you take a penny, you take that gold, you put it in the furnace, what color is gonna be?
It's gonna get dark.
It's gonna get darker, right?
Right.
Just like
Right.
you. Look at your skin. What color is your skin? It's
Brown,
now
dark brown.
dark brown. You
Right.
see that? As you we stand in the sun. If we stand out here for a couple more hours, we just gonna get a tan.
Right.
But if this white man come out here and stand in the sun, what color his skin gonna be?
Read.
It's gonna be what?
Read.
Let's see. Give me hold it. Go to Genesis chapter 25, 25.
Bring it
I'm
out.
gonna show you something real quick. Now the races are mentioned in the Bible, right? Now our people, you see, we just brought out black, right? About the tribe of Judah is going to be black.
Right.
Do you know where the first white man come from? Okay, we're gonna go. It's recorded in history, and we're gonna bring that out. Let's get that real quick. 25, 20. Well, it started 25.
The book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 24.
Bring it out.
21.
Verse 21.
Bring it out.
And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife,
Uh-huh.
because she was barren, and the Lord was entreated of him.
So let me ask you, do you know what the word barren means?
Barren.
Yeah.
Like having a child.
Yeah, meaning you can't have kids. You're not able to. She was barren, right? She wasn't able to have kids, all right? But Isaac, he prayed to the Lord that she'd be able to have kids.
Right. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived, and the children struggled together within her.
So she eventually got pregnant, and when she got pregnant, it said the children, meaning what? If you have more than one seed, I mean, if a woman have more than one seed in her, that means she's what? Pregnant with what? Multiple children, right? Meaning twins, right?
Right.
And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord.
So the kids, you know how the kids in the womb, do you have kids? Yeah. So you know if the baby moving in the womb. But these said the twins, they was fighting in the womb, they was moving, she was having some sketch. I'm like, what's going on?
And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb.
So God said two nations is in your womb.
Right.
So if you have a brother, he'll be from the same nation you from, right? But God says 2 nations, 2 kind of people is in your womb.
Right.
And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels.
It said 2 manner, meaning 2 kinds of people.
That's
one is
right.
going to be this way, and another is going to be that way. It's going to be opposite.
Right.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
So God said one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Right.
Right now, what people you know is the strongest, the best at just about anything they hand touch?
Bring it out.
Who is us? Black people.
That's right.
What about people telling you if they're singing, dancing,
Right.
playing sports, and we say we touch it, we gonna take over.
Right.
Just like tennis. Tiger Woods touched it. Serena Williams. They touched it. It was over. Game over.
Right.
Football, baseball, we was separated. Everything was segregated. It was separated. But as soon as we got in, we dominated.
Right.
Read.
And the one people shall be stronger than the other people.
Come on.
And the elder shall serve the younger.
So God also said the elder, meaning the oldest one, is going to serve the youngest one.
Right.
Read.
And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb.
Read.
And the first came out red.
So the first came out what?
And the first came out red.
Now you said if this man come out and stand in the sun, what color his skin gonna be?
Read.
So go according to the Bible, read.
And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment.
So if you can can even examine this picture. This man is hairy all over.
Right.
The white man naturally is hairy all over. You take that razor away, he's going to be a hairy person.
That's right.
A hairy man, hairy woman, regardless.
Right.
So read again and say he shall be what? The first came out what?
And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
So according to the Bible, the white man, his biblical name is Esau.
That's right.
Read.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob.
So if you've been listening, right? The first came out red, right? What color did the other one come out? No, it didn't say what color. Reason why? Because back then, everybody was of color.
Right.
This is the first red person that came out. We had to be documented.
That's right.
So it had to be written in the book that this baby right here, this child right here came out red.
Right.
What club was that at?
Admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
With the Zulu nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again.
That's weird. That's the abnormal. All right, so it had to be written. So Jacob came out. He looks exactly like his father and his mother.
Right.
And Jacob is right here.
That's
this is
right.
Jacob. I'm gonna show you. Give me that in Genesis right there. Genesis 32. I'm gonna show you who Jacob is. Jacob, when you read, God changed his name to Israel.
Right.
All right, and I'm gonna show you what Israel means. All right.
The book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince hast thou power with God.
So you see that? God said your name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel.
That's
God
right.
has given us a name, a nation to be part of, and that nation shall have power with what?
For as a prince,
As a what?
a prince, hast thou power with God and with men.
So God said the Israelites are going to have power with God and with men.
Right.
That's
So
right.
let me ask you, do we have power today?
Bring it out.
Yeah, I think we do.
We do? Okay, so do you have power to change laws? Are you able to go and change laws?
Bring it out.
You sure?
I mean, not just straight directly, but.
Okay, well, let's put it this way. What about our people? We come together as a people. Are we able to change laws?
Yeah, we can do it like.
No. We ain't. No, because we're in captivity.
Right.
We in captivity. Let me ask you, see this, the images right here?
Make a point.
What is this right here that's being shown to you?
Captivity.
Captivity.
Right.
Meaning what else? What else? Tell me what's going on in this captivity. Who's in captivity?
Us.
Well, it's black people, right?
Right.
So all that's biblical. Now I'm gonna ask you a question. Why did all of this happen to us?
Because of something we did.
Something we did. Okay, I like that. Let's get that. Go back to Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Right out.
Read verse 1, we're going to jump down to 15. Alright? So, something we did, yes, it's something that we didn't do. Something that we didn't do. So, you got kids, right? How old are your kids?
18, 16.
You said 18? Bro, you must have had kids when you was young, or you just look young.
I'm 39.
Okay, all praise. You got another year of money over here, man. Come
The
on.
book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
So, God said we listen to him unto his voice. Read.
to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
I asked you, are we high above all nations? Are we high? Because look at our community.
Right.
How does our community look? Tell me. How does this look?
Bring it out.
How it look to you? Because you used to it. You used to it. But if you go over to the suburb and everything, you go over to where the so-called white man, and look what? It look way better. So God said he's going to put us above all nations. Now think about it. What part of the city do you have to go to find just the black man? We're going to deal with just the black man. If you want to go into, let's just say you go into Atlanta, right? Right? Where do you have to go to find just the majority of our black men?
We're going to go to either the east side or the south side.
Meaning what?
The ghetto, the hood.
The hoods and ghettos.
Right.
The hoods and ghettos, right? So that's God said that's a curse. Good and ghetto. Hey, somebody look up the word ghetto for me. Look up the word ghetto. Look up the word ghetto. We're going to show you what ghetto means according to the Bible. Now read that verse 15.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Now this is the flip side of the coin. We were just on one side, which is the blessing. Now what's the opposite of a blessing? A curse. Right? So God now, he said what?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses,
All these what?
all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So a curse is normally a what? Is it a good or a bad thing? Is it a blessing? Or okay, it's a bad thing.
Right.
So God said these things I'm about to list out to you are bad things. Hey, somebody who else got a Bible? Somebody got I want you to bring me that. Pull out your Bible. I want the brother read along with us. Read that. We're gonna read ghetto.
The definition of ghetto: a Jewish quarter in a city.
And what?
A Jewish quarter in a city.
So it's a Jewish quarter of the city. The projects, hoods, ghettos, that's the quarter of the city where the majority of our people are. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You have Hispanic, do you not have like Hispanics in the community? But you it's right, just a little bit, but some there, right? Same wherever you go. If you go up to Brooklyn, if you go into New York, if you go over to California, Los Angeles, like wherever you go, you're going to find blacks, Hispanics bunched together, right? And that's the quarter. That's the quarter of the city, right? Read verse 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shall I be in the city.
So God said, "Cursed shall you be in the city." That's the curse. We're in the quarters of the city.
Right.
Why we're not inhabiting the whole state?
Right.
It's just one portion of the city. Read.
And cursed shall I be in the field.
So you see that? It said, "Cursed shall you be in the field." What's going on? You see this? Look at this right here. What's this right here? That's the field, right? You just drive down the road. You see a cotton field. You should see cornfield. All that back then we was in that field from sun up to sun down.
Right.
Reason why? Because we did not listen to God. That's God punishment to us.
That's
Normally,
right.
when you punish your child, you would probably spank your child, tell them not to do this, do that. You probably, your 18-year-old, you say, "Nah, you're not driving the car tonight because you didn't do what I tell you to do."
Right.
You're on punishment now. So God, this is God punishment to the whole nation of Israel.
Bring it out.
He said, "I'm going to put you in fields. Your ghettos is not going to be nice."
Right.
But back then they called it the slave quarters. The quarters of the city, the
Right.
ghettos, that's the slave quarter, bro.
That's right.
You see this house? Hey, the house is about a little bit smaller than that. Half of that size. And some of us didn't even have houses. You know what we slept in? The barn, where the animals were.
Right.
And we was look lesser than the animals that was there.
Right.
They would feed the animals before they feed us.
Right.
And whatever the animals did not finish off, they give it to us. You see that? Read.
Cursed shall I be in the city, and cursed shall I be in the field. Cursed shall be the basket in thy store.
So God said the stores that you go in. Do you eat like clean food? Like clean food, like are you able to go in your backyard and pick your vegetables and all that? Because God bless us with those things. He said He's going to give me the blessing real quick. 28, the field. Give me that real quick, the field. So God said He was going to give us our own land. So where we can produce our own food and everything, and we can just go in the backyard to get our food. Some of us are able to do those things today, but majority of us cannot. Like myself, no. I can't do that. I stay in an apartment.
Right.
You know, if I get a house and everything, I'll probably go and plant me a little tomato garden or something like that, but that's it.
Right.
Back then, we had acres of land.
Right.
But God said He's going to take that away. But read that. You got it?
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 3. Blessed shall thou be in the city, and blessed shall thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground.
So you see that? The fruit of your body, meaning your kids.
Right.
They're going to be blessed. And the fruit of your ground, they're going to be blessed as well. So
Right.
things that you produce, your child, your kids, they're going to be blessed. Because Do we have our own schools where we can send our kids? We don't have that. You know, you have nowadays they have private schools, charter schools and all that, where they can send kids. You have to pay a lump sum of money just to send your kids there for a year.
Right.
We're not able to have that.
Right.
Reason why? Because we went against God. Verse 42. We went against God. God said we keep His commandments, He's going to bless us.
Right.
Just like you have, let me just ask you. Your kids did get good grades, right? Or did their chores and everything. What would you give them? What would you bless them with? Yeah, money. Like you said, whatever they want to do, whatever they want to have, the world is yours.
Right.
The world is yours. God said, I gave the word. He built the world for us and made it for us. And He said, go and take over.
That's right.
But while you're doing that, you need to be following my rules.
Right. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 42. Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So God said, your sons and your daughters will be given unto another people. This happened in slavery. As you can see, let's examine the picture. You see the mother right here and the daughter right here. They're being cast off. You see sold right here on the lots right here. You see men out there about to buying them, right? They selling them off, separating them. God said that's going to be a curse. I'm going to take your kids, and your kids is going to be given to another nation where they're going to sell them off. Now your kid is going to be sold in Memphis, Tennessee.
Right.
Now your kid is going to be sold in Mobile, Alabama.
Right.
Now your kid is going to be sold in New York.
Right.
Wherever your child, you cannot save your kids. Read on. He's going to say that.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fare with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand.
So, what does that mean when it said there should be no might in your hand?
Yeah, no power.
No power. You right on it. No power. Now, do we have power? Do we have power? Because God said we ain't going to have no power.
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, His word